Hey guys, welcome back to another Real Estate Talk podcast. Rob Keilman. Don't have my co-host Josh Britt with me today, and we're not in studio. Of course, I am remote in my own home office, but I did want to update you on some real estate news because I don't want you guys to wait for me and Josh to be able to sync our schedules and get back in the studio. So I'm going to do this remotely and bring you some really interesting news based on our last podcast that we did do in studio. We started talking about Compass and Zillow. There was some some bad beef going on there. So interesting enough, what just happened recently is Compass is suing Zillow. Now this is very interesting. Here, let me show you this article real quick. Okay. Compass sues Zillow over its Zillow Ban, alleging antitrust breach. So this is from CBS News, and real estate giant Compass is suing Zillow, alleging that the online property website is violating antitrust laws with a new rule that bans home listings from its platform if they appear on any other service for more than 24 hours before being posted on Zillow. Okay. Zillow's rule, announced by the company in April, took effect on May 28th, with the company that the new standard is necessary to ensure that listings are marketed to every buyer, to give house hunters fair access to listings without having to get access behind a velvet rope controlled by one company. But Compass, which seeks to give some clients a competitive advantage by posting homes before they appear on Zillow and other sites, is alleging that what it calls the Zillow ban violates federal antitrust laws. The real estate company claims that Zillow is leveraging its market dominance to impose the block on listing outside of its website, and it is aimed at hobbling competition according to the lawsuit. Okay, so what does that all mean? So really what's going on is Compass, very big company, what they want to do is, instead of listing on the MLS, for example, they want to have a listing, a home for sale, available on their website first. So they have over 33,000 agents. They say, hey, you know what? Check it out. Why don't we try it on our first website first before we put it on the MLS? And whatever website that feeds off the MLS, which would be, Zillow or Redfin or Realtor.com, or any real estate agent website. So basically what they're saying is like, let's get it on our website first and, market it that way. Then we'll take it to the next step. So what Zillow is saying is, oh, hey, I don't, if you're going to do that, then fine. If there's any other listing going on any other website 24 hours, more than 24 hours before, that means that it's not going to be on Zillow's website. So in that case, Compass says, no way, that's not fair, and they're suing Zillow. So let's go on and see what else the article has to say. So the lawsuit is about protecting consumer choice, Compass CEO Robert Refkin said in a statement. No one company should have the power to ban agents or listings simply because they don't follow the company's business model. He added that that's not competition, it's coercion. Imagine if Amazon banned a seller for offering a product on their own website first. That's what Zillow is doing in real estate. Consumers should have the right to choose how they sell their homes. Compass said if hired, Ken Dintzer, a partner in the antitrust division of law firm Crowell and Mooring, who led the U.S. government's antitrust lawsuit against Google, to represent it in the lawsuit. So you got a big gun here. This doesn't have just any lawsuit. It's having some big gun lawyers here. In an email statement to CBS Money Watch, Zillow spokesman said Compass claims are unfounded and that it will fight the lawsuit. The spokesman added, at the heart of this issue is a simple principle. When a listing is publicly marketed, it should be accessible to all buyers across all platforms, including Zillow. Hiding listings creates fragmented market, limits consumer choice, and creates barriers to home ownership, which is bad for buyers, sellers, and the industry at large, especially in this inventory and affordability constrained environments. So as a real estate agent, there's one thing that we always want to make sure we do is that have any type of home buyers out there have fair access to properties. And when we put it on listing in the MLS, we don't even in our MLS anyway, we don't try to pre-advertise. We're not supposed to anyway. We're not supposed to pre-advertise any of these listings because especially if you like put the addresses out there and stuff like that, because what it does is it denies access to some buyers who don't have that inside information. So I think that's what's going on here. Compass is basically wanting to in a environment where the inventory of homes, available homes, might be constrained. They're basically giving their buyers saying, "Hey, well, look, if there's you can come see it on our website first." And maybe bar competition, beat the competition. That's what I think. So that's my opinion on that. So, because that's the only way I could see them doing that is if you're going to put it on your website first, before the rest of the MLS or any other, whether it be Century 21, Berkshire Hathaway website, or a Zillow website, or Realtor.com, or Redfin .com website doesn't get the listing first. That means that the buyers that are looking on those websites have to go over to Compass first to see if there's anything before the general public gets. So I think that's a very interesting strategy by Compass, because that's basically funneling more buyers to their websites, and which will help their agents. And like, as an agent, I'm thinking like, where do I want to work now after this? But that's one part of it. And then so Zillow's saying, well, hey, not so fast. If that doesn't work for you, you're certainly not going to put it on our website. So now you got some hotshot lawyers involved in this. It's going to be very interesting to see how the fireworks go. Let's continue reading. Private exclusives. With the lawsuit, Compass is defending its three-pronged marketing strategy for home listings that it says can better serve sellers. The first step in the strategy is a private exclusive. Listings that are available on Compass internal platforms, which allows its agents to share information about the home with possible buyers. The second step involves a coming soon listing on Compass's website, available to anyone who searches online for properties. The third element involves moving. I just lost it because of this. Here we go. The third element involves moving the listing to multiple listing servers or MLS and onto aggregation sites like Zillow. So let me explain to you guys how the MLS works. So the MLS basically is the real estate agents. This is where we put listings up for sale. We upload the information, how many beds, bathroom, property descriptions and stuff like that, photos and stuff. And whoever is subscribed to the MLS, these external companies out there, they will get a feed from that MLS that gets the listings on there. So a lot of times people, when they see homes on, homes for sale on websites, they don't know that people just don't upload it directly to Zillow. It goes from the MLS first and then gets pushed out to all those other websites, any other real estate website pretty much that has a MLS IDX feed. There you go. So that's basically how that works. Let's continue reading. For Zillow, every home buyer search conducted on Compass instead of Zillow is a lost opportunity for Zillow to lock that prospective home buyer into Zillow's ecosystem and make money selling their information to real estate agents for a fee. Zillow's central business model, the lawsuit claims. The complaint alleges that Zillow doesn't like the three-phase marketing strategy because Zillow can't make money selling leads off the listing in phase 1 and phase 2 where they don't have the listing. Compass, which has more than 33,000 real estate agents, said that almost half of all sellers who signed with them relied on this three-step strategy for the first quarter. In free and competitive markets, competitor products and strategies should rise and fall on merit, not the whims of monopolies, gatekeepers like Zillow, Compass claimed in the suit. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, if you're ever, searching around on Zillow, have you seen that you're not paying for anything when you sign up for Zillow? You don't. And Zillow is a Fortune 500 company, I believe. It's traded. You could buy stock on Zillow, and you have to ask yourself, how do they make money? If all of that, searching is for free, and the way they make money is you, the customer. You are the product. So when you sign up for Zillow, and you go and you search for a house, and you click on, something like contact agent or inquire about it or whatever the button is on there, or find out more, whatever the button is on their website, that pings a real estate agent. Because real estate agents, what they do is they purchase marketing, I guess, voice or share in that market to get those users like yourself to contact them. So and a lot of times, even for like the direct phone calls, that I remember I had a team leader that was paying for it. And he was telling me that just one phone call during a certain time costs as high as $1,000 per phone call. So that's how valuable your data is. So what Compass is saying is like, hey, look, Zillow, you're just mad because you don't have the listing on your website and you can't make money off of it. So very interesting. So that, I can see their argument with that though. So, Zillow, they don't have the chance to make, and dude, to buy Zillow leads, that's what the users are essentially, are leads to a real estate agent. It's super expensive, like ridiculously expensive. But a lot of times Zillow, the way they have their system set up is a lot of times users on the Zillow website are higher intentioned. They are usually looking to seriously buy a house. So they usually will convert more into sales for real estate agents. But in essence, even though you make some good commission off of it, you're still paying at least half that commission back to Zillow anyway, just for the cost of doing business on their platform. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that lawsuit shakes up and see how the real estate agent industry will shake up in result. But that's it, and we will wait and see, and we'll update you on that as we get some more information. But guys, if you like this video, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about that lawsuit. And if you're a Zillow frequenter, how do you feel about being the product, your information being the product? But anyhow, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you soon.